Welcome to part 2 of the breeding ground for infidelity, a deeper understanding. Let's dive right back in. The likelihood of someone who is in love committing adultery or being unfaithful is very, very minute or small. The reason being, when you are in love, you are extremely happy. The dopamine levels are very high. You feel on a high, you feel intoxicated. You feel as if everything you need, you have it in that one person. But the problem is that the dopamine levels do not last. Sometimes it might last for months, sometimes it could last for years as well, but eventually it fades. So both parties have to know how to keep that fire going in the relationship to make sure that they are not just loving each other, but that they remain in love with each other. People are pursuing a certain thrill that they get from a new relationship, from being with someone new. So to try to avoid that, it's important to do things like to continue dating even throughout your marriage, maybe once a week or once a month, whatever you can afford. But make sure that you are creating that quality experience for your partner to make sure that both parties continue to feel like they are special to each other even after 5 years or 10 years or 15 years has passed in the marriage. When people are dating, they tend to show the best side of themselves because they are trying to attract the other party. But once married, that effort in a lot of cases is no longer there. You're not trying to impress anymore because you already have what you had set out to achieve. And there's a huge problem with that. Marriage will require a long-term effort. Every day working towards it, every day trying to build on your commitment. In the early stages of a relationship, the happiness of the other person is of paramount importance. You even go so far as to ask them if they are happy and what they might need to be happy if they are not. So this is something that has to continue also throughout the marriage, because if you stop asking, you stop checking in, and you don't know what the other person is feeling. Sometimes years might go by and you take it for granted that the other person is happy, but they may not be. So frequent check-ins, again, very important. You might have come across people who say they cannot just be with one person. They cannot be satisfied from one person. So in these sort of cases, people need to consider what would work best for them. Maybe longer term commitments and marriages will not be suitable. Knowing your preferences and if you prefer variety is something that should be decided upon before you enter into any long-term relationship. And this should also be communicated to the person that you are entering the relationship into, so that there could be some sort of agreement on how this will be handled. Because in the absence of all of that, it will lead to infidelity. Self-esteem is important for all areas of your life, not just how you look, but the way you work, the way that you interact with people. Surprisingly, people with low self-esteem can easily fall into the trap of infidelity. The reason being that when someone comes along and gives them affection and attention, they start to feel more attractive, more empowered, more confident. If they don't know how to manage their self esteem, they are likely to get carried away with this new person that is causing them to feel these new emotions, and it can become very addictive. These feel good emotions will continue to draw them in to interact with the new person, providing them with this feeling. So it is recommended that each person in the relationship try to build on each other's confidence and areas of weaknesses. Addictions to pornography and addictions to physical interactions, if not dealt with, can easily cause someone to become unfaithful. These two things creates an appetite that makes a person feel like they can never be satisfied. For this one, I would suggest that you seek professional aid to overcome these two addictions. I do believe that there are many instances of people committing adultery in these moments of anger or wanting to get back or wanting to take revenge on a partner, for instance, after an argument or temporary separation from a partner. I would suggest instead that a time out or a time of reflection be introduced and be stuck to as a way of trying to deal with the issue at hand without allowing a third party to enter into the situation, as this can just cause a lot of regrets afterwards, and it does not in any way help to solve the issue that you are having with your partner. If there are major issues or major differences that is causing an imbalance or disharmony in the relationship, it is better that both persons take their few days or weeks away from each other. But within that time, there should be a promise to remain faithful to each other, because the aim is to try to find a workable solution and get back together. I do hope that this video was insightful and that it can cause you to reflect on areas that you might need to improve on in your relationship. So thank you guys so much for viewing. Bye until next time.